Hi everyone, my name is Sierra, also known as Davina, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. Today I'm very excited to be going over my fall reading list of these. This is heavy. I can do it. Hold on. I hope to get to all these books by the end of the fall season. This is a great time of year, okay? This is my favorite time of year. I can just sit back with a nice hot cup of tea late at night when nobody's awake to bother me, the lamp on in my room, everyone else dark, my glasses, my book, and my life is complete. Okay? It's content time. It is my happiest part of the day. I look forward to my nightly reading. Even though I don't get to it any night. Every night. Anyway, let me get started with the actual books that I want to read. So I have a total of 14 books here that I want to get to by end of the season. If I don't, I don't. So the first book I have on my list is Revival by Stephen King. So my friends and I wanted to start like a little book club or whatever, and it's spooky season. Time to read some horror. I've never actually read anything by Stephen King, even though I own the book. It's just ginormous, and I refuse to take part right now. I don't have that type of commitment in my life. Anyway, this book is set in Harlem, Maine, when this little boy was like hanging out in front of his house playing with his battle army toys, and a pastor ends up walking up to meet him, and that's kind of how the story starts. And the pastor's a new pastor, and he's like young, and he comes with his really attractive new wife, which for some reason is important that she's attractive, and they brought new life into the local church, so everyone's like really excited for them to be around. And the book is actually set 5 decades after, so 50 years later, after a tragedy happened and the pastor kind of bugged out and turned against God, and this was like his last time he was ever seen giving a sermon. Follows, I believe, the bond that happens after this kind of falling out, because they believe it to be the fault of the devil. I don't really know what I'm expecting from this, but I guess I'm here for it. I am 15 pages in. It's like, hold on, it's like this much of the book I've read, and I got this much left to go, so I'll keep you guys updated on this. Don't know what's happening there, if I'm being honest, but I don't know what's happening in most of these, so it's fine. The next book I have here is The Knowledge Gap, The Hidden Cause of America's Broken Education System and How to Fix It by Natalie Wexter. So this one is a book that is outlining the gap in education, and it's questioning the standard of reading comprehension skills at the expense of actually learning knowledge. And I'm assuming that this book will begin to question what is knowledge, what are valuable skills that should be instilled in children through the education system. I'm sure it would also evaluate the role of the education system in this society, which are all things I'm very interested in learning about. Especially I think it's a great time to read this kind of book because it's the beginning of the fall semester, school just started. So it seems like something I'd be interested in, and I do have a little bit of research going on this topic, so I'm interested in exploring it more. So the next book I have here is First We Make the Beast Beautiful by Sarah Wilson, A New Journey Through Anxiety. So aside from the stunning cover of this book, it's really interesting to me and really exciting because it follows the author, Sarah Wilson, understanding it as a beautiful creature that is more so a part of herself rather than something that she has to control. And I think that's a really interesting take on anxiety and how it affects a lot of people, because I know there's different degrees and it affects people and manifests in different ways. So I'm interested in seeing how she began to perceive her anxiety as beautiful chaos instead of just something she had to control or something she had to deal with. So the next book I have here is Choke by Chuck Palahniuk. This follows a former medical school dropout who then has to take care of his mother, and in order to raise money to take care of his mother, he pretends to choke at high-end restaurants and tricks the patrons to paying him for, survivor's guilt for like saving his life there or whatever. So he tricks them into giving him money, and it also follows his, I guess, sex addiction, because he keeps going to sexual addiction recovery workshops for action. I've heard good things. I'm interested, it caught my attention. The next thing I have here is the impeachment report in the House of Intelligence Committee's report on the Trump-Ukraine investigation with the House Republicans' rebuttal. This includes the Republican rebuttal report from Jim Jordan, Devin Nunes, and Michael McCall. Introduction by Alan Dershowitz. So this is literally the impeachment report that was performed in order to test former President Trump's relationship with the Ukraine. It's also bringing into question the value or the role of impeachment in our society. It also is questioning what is an impeachable offense. So this seems like something I definitely want to get into. I've had this since I believe Trump's first impeachment, and I still haven't gotten to it, and I want to read about the second one as well. So I think this is important to get to. The next book I have here is A People's History of the Supreme Court with a foreword by Howard Zinn, written by Peter Irons. So this is just a summation of landmark Supreme Court cases. Some of them include struggles over gay rights, Ten Commandments, abortion. It really just explores a lot of landmark Supreme Court cases and how that has shaped American history and American government. So this seems like something very interesting to me. So I'll eventually get to that. The next thing I have here is A Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin. So if you guys look in this like little corner right there, these are all my Game of Thrones books. I read the first one in like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I was obviously something was wrong with me because these are like 1,000 pages. I don't know what was going through my head. Anyway, I kind of gave up on these big old books, but it's the time of year where I really want to just curl up with a nice fat book and just dive into a story for a little bit. I have not read a fantasy book in so long, so it seems like something I'm here for. I like high fantasy. It's giving life, okay? And I heard the next one after this is like the best one, so I'm excited. I heard this was like a filler book in the series, which is why I've been procrastinating for so long, because he refuses to write any more books. So what is the rush? And I'm not watching the show until I read all the books. So anyway, next book I have here is Jennifer Saint Adriana, Ariadne. I'm sorry.
The title of this book is Ariadne.
This I think is some sort of like mythology. It sounds cool. It was a book of the month book, honestly, and it sounded cool. I don't even know honestly what this book is about anymore. Yeah, Greek mythology, and it's like striving for a better world. I don't know. It sounds fantastic. In terms of like, it sounds like it's filled with fantasy, and it sounds interesting. I don't know. I'm down. Okay, I'm down for the cause. Anyway, next book I have here is The Promised Land by Barack Obama. This is his newest book, and this follows his exploration and journey through his presidency and what it felt like to be a sitting president. And I was just flipping through this book just now, and these pages are like butter. It is beautiful. I think my mother got me this. She must love me because, God, this is a well-crafted book. Like, it is thick for no reason. Like 3C's thick. And the pages are just like, I want to feel the highlighter just across it. I know it's going to be a beautiful, annotating experience for this. You know, I maybe even use a bookmark in this book to preserve it. Yeah. Y'all hear that? It's my nails. Sorry, I'm being weird. Next, For Better and Worse by Margot Hunt. This follows a couple where I think like their child is being harassed, and they're both divorce or like criminal justice lawyers, and their child's being harassed, and I think the wife murders somebody for her son or something along those lines, and they both get involved in it, and they're trying to avoid the legal system, and it sounds interesting. I'm here for the cause. I'm here for the experience. Let's get it. Next one I have here is The Inheritance of
A.K.A. Davina by Zoraida Cordova.
I hope I did not absolutely butcher this name. So the book is about oh yeah, this is about the grandmother, I think, of like the family, who's like the key to it all, and she like has all the knowledge, and one day she calls over her family and tells them that she's like dying, and so they all rush to her funeral or like rush to her bedside to like, you know, see and ask her questions about their family's history. And I think she like dies right in front of them or like turns into a tree. And they're left with more questions than answers. And they're all like given, I think, a magical gift. I don't know. It sounds cool. Okay, I'm down. I'm here for it. It's yeah. Next thing I have here is Moses, the Man of the Mountain by Zoro Hurston. I read Between the Sticks and Bones. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I'm gonna by Zoro Hurston. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed her writing style. So I decided to pick up another book by her. This story is Zoro Hurston's interpretation of a mix of Moses of the Old Testament of the Bible, where he like split the sea, and Moses of Black folklore to create a compelling story. So it's like that's enough. That's honestly that's all I need to say. Read it. I haven't read it yet, but I will. I will. And last but not least, we have The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This is another thriller book. I think I read something by Ruth Ware before. If I didn't, I don't know. She's like cool, I guess. I don't know. I see this book a lot of places, and I think a lot of people have read it. And it's a pretty good mystery thriller. I hope. I read all of Gillian Flynn's books, who's like one of my favorite thriller / mystery writers, and I think she's kind of on that level with Gillian Flynn. So we're gonna give her a chance. Don't know what the book is about, but it's fine. These are all the books that I hope to read by the end of the fall, before the winter comes. 14 books here. Let's see how far. Let's see how far into this I get. If you guys like this video and you want more like it, or you want some updates when I actually get to reading these books, comment down below. Let me know. Have a great day, guys. Bye. These